What if I told you that that humble plant you probably have in your kitchen holds the power to transform your health? We are not talking about a magic potion without scientific basis, but about a plant that with its properties is able to cure many diseases. Today, I want to reveal to you the incredible secrets of a 1,000-year-old infusion supported by modern studies. Basil tea, a natural drink with the ability to help you sleep soundly, take care of your heart, relieve stress, and even strengthen your memory, all in one cup. But before continuing, like the video, share it with those who might benefit from it, and write in the comments where you follow us from. Have you been feeling exhausted for no apparent reason lately? Are you having trouble falling asleep? Or do you feel like your mind is not at rest? Are you struggling with inflammation, high blood pressure, or unstable blood sugar? So, what you are about to discover could be a before and after in your well-being. So, I invite you to stay until the end, because not only will you learn how to properly infuse basil, but also how it can help you prevent, and in some cases, reverse common health problems that arise after the age of 50 and that many do not detect until it is too late. Many know basil as that green leaf that decorates pasta and pizza, enhancing the flavor of a good pesto. But what most people ignore is that behind that delicious aroma hides one of the most complete and effective natural remedies in the plant world. The medicinal properties of basil are extraordinary, and over the years, many studies have confirmed this. Basil is a real treasure for the health of the elderly. Once made into a tea, basil's benefits go far beyond culinary use and can have a profound impact on your physical and mental health. And you know what's even more surprising? Science backs it up. Doctors, universities, and health experts have put basil under the microscope. And what they found is simply fascinating. A study published in the Journal of Ayurveda and Integrative Medicine highlights its adaptogenic properties. That is, it helps the body adapt to physical, mental, and emotional stress. When we talk about a medicinal plant of basil that can help the body cope with physical, mental, emotional, and environmental challenges, we are talking about something more than just a herb. We are talking about a true natural regulator that harmonizes the internal processes of the body without causing unwanted reactions. And what happens if we boil its leaves in hot water? What happens is surprising. This basil infusion releases a symphony of active compounds such as essential oils, antioxidants, flavonoids, and tannins that the body absorbs with surprising ease. The effect is a powerful influence on the most important systems of the body: immune, digestive, nervous, and metabolic. This drink does not simply hide the symptoms. It goes further, acting at the root where the imbalance began. Imagine for a moment replacing your sleeping pills, your stress capsules, and your digestive medications with a cup of this ancient beverage every day. It seems like a fantasy, but more and more studies confirm what many traditional cultures have always known. Basil is much more than a herb. It is liquid medicine. At this point, you are wondering, what exactly is basil good for? And what are its specific uses? You will soon discover the first great positive effect that basil tea can offer when you drink it regularly. And I will give you a preview. The sixth benefit is so surprising that few people know about it. Here are the extraordinary properties and incredible benefits of basil. To begin with, basil deeply relaxes the nervous system and reduces anxiety. Do you struggle to relax even when everything is silent? Do you sleep but wake up tired? Basil contains eugenol, a natural compound with calming effects on the central nervous system. Indian researchers from the Journal of Pharmacology have shown that basil tea reduces levels of the stress hormone cortisol naturally, without altering hormonal balance like many drugs. Drinking a cup of basil tea before bed can help you dream more deeply, in a refreshing and natural way. Not only that, many people report greater mental clarity afterward. Another great benefit is that basil improves memory and protects the brain from aging. One of the biggest fears after the age of 50 is losing your memory, and it's a valid fear. Alzheimer's and other forms of cognitive decline are on the rise, but this is where basil tea reveals its hidden power. It contains basal nutrients and antioxidant compounds such as rosmarinic acid and flavonoids, which have been shown to protect neurons from oxidative damage, improve concentration, and prevent progressive memory loss. Studies conducted on older adults have observed significant improvements in mental agility after just 30 days of daily consumption of basil extract. In addition, basil protects cardiovascular health and regulates blood pressure. Did you know that one of the main benefits of basil is its ability to reduce blood pressure gradually and sustainably? Thanks to the magnesium, potassium, and essential oils it contains, it helps relax blood vessels, improve circulation, and reduce the risk of heart attacks or strokes. A study published in the Journal of Clinical Biochemistry and Nutrition showed that basil can reduce systolic blood pressure in people with mild hypertension in just 2 weeks, without side effects or addiction. Another important benefit is that it strengthens the immune system and fights infections. After the age of 50, the immune system becomes slower and more vulnerable, but basil can act as a kind of personal protector of the body. Its essential oils have antibacterial, antiviral, and antifungal properties. In studies conducted by the National Institute of Health, basil extracts have been observed to stop the growth of bacteria, such as Escherichia coli and Salmonella. And do you know what that means? Drinking basil frequently can help you prevent intestinal infections, flu, colds, and even urinary tract infections without the need for harsh medications. Basil also reduces inflammation and relieves joint pain. Chronic inflammation is the underlying cause of many diseases: arthritis, muscle pain, digestive problems, and even autoimmune diseases. Basil tea acts as a powerful natural anti-inflammatory. It contains ursolic acid and eugenol, two compounds that inhibit the enzymes responsible for inflammation, without damaging the stomach like many drugs. People with joint pain reported less inflammation, greater mobility, and less pain with just a daily infusion. Can you imagine not having to depend on ibuprofen or acetaminophen every day? But let's look at the most surprising benefit of all. Basil regulates blood sugar and protects the pancreas. If you have prediabetes, insulin resistance, or type 2 diabetes, listen up. Several studies have shown that basil tea reduces blood glucose levels and improves insulin sensitivity. In research conducted with people with type 2 diabetes, a sustained decrease in glucose on an empty stomach was observed after 4 weeks of basil consumption. In addition, its antioxidants protect the pancreas from oxidative stress, helping to preserve its long-term function. A daily dose can become a silent ally to balance your metabolism and avoid future complications. Now that you know the 6 amazing benefits of basil, you may be wondering, how do you use basil to get the most out of it? How do I prepare it so that it really works? How much should I use? What type of basil is best? Can I combine it with other plants to make it even more effective? Let's go step by step. As for the type of basil to use, there are several varieties, but for medicinal use the most recommended are Ocimum basilicum, the common basil that you probably already have at home, and Ocimum sanctum, also known as Tulsi or holy basil, considered the most powerful at a therapeutic level. If you have access to holy basil, use it, but if you don't, common basil also offers great benefits. To prepare basil infusion, proper preparation is essential for the active compounds to be released correctly. Here is a simple but effective recipe for your basil infusion. Take between 8 and 10 fresh basil leaves, or a tablespoon if they are dried. Heat a cup of water until it is just about boiling, but not boiling. Add the leaves, cover, and let sit for 8 to 10 minutes. Finally, strain and drink slowly. Important: never boil the leaves directly, as excessive heat can destroy some of the essential oils. For a real therapeutic effect, you should drink 1 or 2 cups a day. One in the morning on an empty stomach, and another before going to bed is ideal. In addition, basil can be combined with other plants to enhance its effect. Here are 3 powerful combinations. The first is basil with mint for digestion and the nervous system. This blend is ideal if you suffer from slow digestion, bloating, or frequent stress. Mint enhances the calming effect of basil and improves liver function. To prepare it, use 5 basil leaves, 5 mint leaves, and a cup of water. Let it steep for 10 minutes, strain and drink after meals. The second combination is basil with ginger for inflammation and the immune system. Ginger is a natural anti-inflammatory and, combined with basil, enhances its action against joint pain, colds, and chronic fatigue. To prepare it, use 6 basil leaves, 2 thin slices of fresh ginger, and a cup of water. Let it steep for 10 minutes. If you prefer, you can add natural honey. The third combination is basil with cinnamon to control blood sugar. Cinnamon enhances the effect of basil on the pancreas and metabolism, ideal for people with prediabetes or insulin resistance. It is prepared with 6 basil leaves and a piece of cinnamon stick. Leave to infuse in hot water for 8 minutes. Filter and drink for breakfast. Do you realize the potential that this plant has if used with caution? But be careful, even though it is natural, basil tea is not suitable for everyone. I will tell you who should not consume it, in which cases it can be counterproductive, and what precautions you should take if you are taking medications. Stay until the end, because this information can make a big difference in your health. Although basil tea has powerful properties and benefits, there are some precautions you should take into account before consuming it regularly. If you take blood thinners, basil has natural blood thinner effects, so if you take medications such as warfarin or aspirin, consult your doctor first. During pregnancy and breastfeeding, it is best to avoid basil tea in large quantities due to its possible hormonal effects. If you have type 1 diabetes or hormonal disorders, basil may affect your blood sugar levels, so consult a doctor. If you are allergic to plants like mint or rosemary, you may also be allergic to basil, so test before consuming it. Finally, if you are taking medications for depression or anxiety, since basil has a calming effect, it may enhance the sedative effects of some medications. Consult your doctor. You may be wondering, can I take basil tea every day? The answer is yes. You can take it every day as long as you do not have any medical conditions that could cause a side effect. In fact, many experts recommend drinking it regularly to reap its benefits over time. However, like everything in life, moderation is key. Taking 1 or 2 cups a day is within the recommended range. As you can see, we are not talking about just any drink. Basil tea is a legacy of ancestral wisdom, now supported by modern science. And you don't need to make any major changes to start noticing the difference. Drink a cup a day and do it with intention, with awareness. And if you are over 50, remember that your body can still learn, regenerate, and adapt. You just need to give it the right tools. And many times those tools are right there in the form of a humble plant with a fresh, gentle aroma and flavor. Don't underestimate the power of nature. But remember, basil tea is not a miracle cure, but it could be that little boost your body needs to start healing, getting stronger, and resting better. And now, I want to ask you, did you already know about this tea? Which of these benefits surprise you the most? Would you like to incorporate it into your daily routine starting today? Leave me your answer in the comments and share your experiences.